Hi, and welcome back to our table, Fools is Written. This is session 2 of Ascension, Scurry. Enjoy.
So it's been 700 years since the war between mortals and gods, and we're kind of getting to learn who is left to tell the story. We're in Ratius, and it's really crowded. Ember and Valia were heading to a herbalist store, I believe, and everyone else was in the tavern. Dasha was sampling all these different wines, but didn't really like them. Liked the mead the most. Mal was going to find Vrax. Is his name Vrax?
It is indeed, yes.
Found out he likes to deal zest to some angry people. And also, Emilia was there trying to talk to Vrax. Everybody wanted something of Vrax. And then a bar fight ensued. We managed to take out the bad people, and I think we managed to preserve the good ones, even though there were some complications. We found out that Mal was there to pretty much just beat up Vrax to teach him a lesson. Emilia was there to ask about the tier. And Dasha was very angry that the patrons ruined the fun of the tavern. After some conversation and finding out that he actually has a tier, we went into the damp, dark cellar to avoid getting caught by the guards that were coming in. Mal's dad kind of was playing defense or diversion. Everybody else kind of scattered. And as we were going down into that tunnel, we closed the hatch, and that's where we ended session.
That is where we begin. In silent darkness. As the basement hatch of the noble draft closes behind you, all light is snuffed out. You hear a sound of someone fumbling in the dark, accompanied by Vrax's mumbling. And suddenly you hear a sharp clack, like a clap. And a small area is briefly illuminated by a spark in front of you in Vrax's direction. And everything suddenly goes dark again. And then you hear another loud clack and a spark. And after a third one, you hear a clack, you see the spark, and you see Vrax ignite this torch on the wall. And as he does that, after the first torch is lit, he snaps his fingers, and like dominoes falling over, a row of torches on each side of these sewer walls start to light one by one, all the way down this very long passage. That's better. He turns back to you and says, "This way. It's not far." And he begins to walk down the passage.
I will just very quietly to everyone. Are we being led to our death, or do you actually think he has this thing?
I don't see why he'd lie.
I'm trying this thing where whenever an opportunity comes around, I say yes. I came down the stairs, so I'll keep walking. That's the yes. So if he is lying, then I will say yes to leaving or maiming him in some way. I don't know.
What she said.
Okay, so is anyone following Vrax? He's continuing to walk. He looked back in emotion, but he's not waiting. You can still see him, though.
Yeah, I'll take the front.
Okay. With that, what order are we in, with Dasha leading?
I think we're a little excited. We'll follow close. By then, we'll be third. We'll be third. It's okay.
It's okay.
Ember will take the
Okay,
rear.
so Emilia on the spot, Malin following, Ember bringing up the rear with Kip in tow, I'm assuming.
Yes. Noticing that Dasha has a couple scratches, will now cast Healing Word from the back, and you gain 12 points back.
What does your healing magic feel like or smell like or taste like whenever it like hits someone?
I think when she casts it, it's very soft. Like she speaks very softly, so it's hard to hear her. But there is a slight light that is this sunshine yellow that kind of radiates from her hands, and then this tiny little glimmer makes its way to you, and it smells like rain on a summer night. And then you get a little bit of warmth of a 70-degree day, like a nice little warmth, nothing too hot, but almost like the end of spring, the start of summer just envelops you.
At feeling that, she'll just say aloud, I appreciate the healing. It makes me want to go camping.
You hear this like meek, me too.
I will say, given the distance between Ember and Dasha on bookends of the party, you would all suddenly smell this fresher scent. The passage smells about like you would expect an underground sewer/cellar to smell like, and suddenly this fresh scent sort of envelops you briefly across the party as you see this flash of warm sunshine light envelop Dasha.
I think Mal would be on the side of the, like this hallway, like putting his hand right up to one of the lights. Does it feel warm as well?
I won't even have you roll for it. It feels like you would expect the proximity to fire to feel, like an open flame.
Thank you for not making me roll. I don't even have my dice here. I wasn't even prepared.
And now you have to roll. No.
Natural 20. That's crazy.
You're familiar with fire. It is hot. I will say, I guess in all seriousness, there's nothing unnatural about the flame, but is there something else you're trying to discern?
No, he just... When Rax says like the clap or the snap or whatever exactly it was to ignite the flames on the side, I think Mal is just like he's never seen that before, so he's like kind of in awe, like this is real, and just putting his hand by it, and then turn around to, I think Ember's right behind him. Do people like? Do you see that? Do you hear that?
She looks scared for a moment, and then she kind of like peeks into, what are you talking about?
No, here, put your hand right here, and he'll just like kind of like put his right next to the light, the fire. It's like warm, but he didn't like light it himself. It was just like he like clapped or something, and then it just like lit.
Oh, like this. And she will just very gingerly cast Druidcraft, and this little flame pops up in her hand that flickers like a candle.
Is that what he did for all this?
Now that I'm not sure. I don't know how he cast his magic, but there's all kinds of magic out there that you can learn.
Okay, I'm sorry, this is cool. I've never seen this before.
She will try to, as you're walking, teach, like kind of give you the idea of how to do it, and just kind of describe it to you, how she casts like this cantrip. And she's very soft-spoken and very gentle with how she kind of tries to teach you.
And he will listen attentively and maybe attempt to do it on his own to create the fire just like how she did. I don't think he'd do it, but he's going to try.
So, Mal has some degree of magical ability, right?
Yes.
If you would roll me, and let's do an Arcana check.
Okay, now that I actually have dice, we can attempt. 5.
Guidance!
This is... Okay,
Oh, man.
Guidance. You are in proximity.
6.
Okay. Honestly, it doesn't change it a whole lot. It's a tough learning environment, you know. You're in the dark. You're sort of walking and turning around behind you at the same time to look at Ember. Not quite there, Maybe you get a little bit of a puff of smoke, but you'll get there with continued practice.
I had something. It wasn't exactly the same, but I was something.
Everybody starts from somewhere. I think the puff of smoke is a good thing.
I can do smoke now. Soon fire, tomorrow fire. Today smoke, tomorrow fire.
Today smoke, tomorrow fire. You did great.
Just reach out for a high five.
She flinches slightly for a second, but then we'll slowly, actually high five you.
Yeah. I hope we don't die. I hope we just get what we want.
Yeah, let's hope we're not dying.
I'll turn around and just keep walking.
And she kind of falls back a little bit and starts petting Kip nervously.
And as you all continue to walk, and Ember, as you're petting Kip, you will hear him speak to you in your mind. And he says, "It got a bit dicey back there, Mum. Thank you for protecting me. Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? We're okay.
We're okay.
We're okay.
A bit shaken, but okay.
I didn't mean to scare you. I'm sorry.
You didn't scare me. It was the big guys.
Well, you helped so much with the big guys.
And he nuzzles into you a little bit with that, sort of a sign of appreciation for the praise.
And she will continue the praising of everything he did well. Leave out the bad things. And it's just very gently scritching behind his ears, trying to be comforting and make him feel safe and that he's all right, that she's all right, that we're all right.
Okay, and of course he leans into that. He loves that type of attention and affection there. Emilia, as you all continue to walk down this narrow passage, sort of glimpsing around, you hear this commotion behind you with Malin and Ember in sort of a impromptu lesson here. And you catch a glimpse of this firelight that Malin seems so interested in, sort of dancing off his face in the shadow, sort of illuminating half of it or so as you are just looking around and catch this glimpse behind you. And seeing that, you feel a very sudden lurch from the pit of your stomach. Would you please roll me a wisdom saving throw?
For sure. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Starting off really strong. Got a nat 1.
Natural 1. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I know.
Get him out now. Get him out now. It's early. Would you please now roll me a d6, if you would?
It's a 1. It's 1.
Hey. Would you like to describe the effect that happens to you?
Sure. So she'll she'll be walking along, and then she hears them talking, and she looks back and she sees, the flash across his face, and she sort of stutters to a stop, and she's like, I think I need a minute, and then she just collapses to the ground.
Oh, shit. Oh, you definitely looked like someone who had not followed someone into a basement before, but I did not expect this. All right. And I'll try to haul her back up to not just be on the floor of this basement. So I'll kind of prop her up and hold her and start fanning her.
Did she take a hit during that fight earlier that none of us saw, or is... Can I do a medicine check?
You absolutely may.
You're screwed. That's a 3 on the dice. Plus 8, though.
Plus 8, you know. So, are you trying to ascertain her state? Or are you trying to assist her? What is your goal?
Well, Ember's main goal is to, like, she passed out. There's got to be a reason she passed out, right? I think Ember's starting to panic, thinking she's dead, thinking she's dying. And, like, the idea that, you know, she's screwed. Like, oh God, no.
Yeah, I'll say then with an 11, you can ascertain that she appears to have fainted in some way. You can't ascertain what caused it. There doesn't appear to be like she got hit with something. There's no like bruises, abrasions, or anything. But she is collapsed. It's about what you can get with an 11.
Have y'all ever... Do y'all know her? Is this normal?
No, I met her right before we met Drax, so not a lot of history to go on, but I don't know. Look, and I'll like pull up her eyeball. Like, does she look responsive?
I'll cast light on a fingertip and see if like it responds. Like if her pupil responds.
Emilia, roll me one more wisdom saving throw if you would. See your recovery time on this.
I didn't think we'd die this soon.
Do you think she's dead?
No.
It's a 13, but I will say when you guys are like handling her, if you touch her skin, it feels very cold.
We'll say with the 13, you do get some sort of, what they call it, pupillary response to the light as you start to come around.
Is there anything I can do to figure out why her skin would be so cold? Because that's not normal, is it?
You did roll a medicine check. You weren't ascertaining that. Let's do another medicine check. I think that's the most appropriate one.
Okay, that's better. A 16 plus an 8. 23? 22.
23, that is. Yeah. No, 16 plus 8 is 24.
I can't math, don't mind me.
It's good. It's a good roll. Let's leave it at that. It's a good roll. I will say what you can ascertain is that there's something a little bit different about physiology. You've certainly, being a healer, you've aided patients who can feel a bit cold or clammy when they feel ill or injured. This feels somewhat familiar, slightly different than that.
Ember takes that in, but she does not share that.
I think your name's Emilia, so if you want to wake up Emilia, this is a really good time to do so. And I'm kind of like, just kind of holding her and like, I'm gonna keep trying to keep walking forward.
Okay, and Emilia, you do start to regain your senses after this episode.
She'll kind of like flutter her eyes open, and then eventually she'll just sort of open like normal, and she's like, what happened?
Oh, there she is. I don't know, you tell us. One second you're up, next you're on the floor.
And then she sort of like looks at Dasha holding her and like everyone looking concerned, and she's like, did something happen?
Oh, Ember said you didn't die, so that's good.
Oh. That is good. And she just sort of stands up like nothing happened.
I'm just gonna step away and I'll look at the other two like there's a look of like amusement on Dasha's face, like, what?
Well, at least she springs back quickly.
Wait, so this is to Emilia. So you just passed out, and you were just like you were just laying there on the ground, and that hasn't happened before, or you don't even recall what just happened?
Oh, yes, that's happened a few times before.
Oh, this was really bad timing. Can you imagine if the other stranger down here did not have the other strangers that are with you right now? Oh, who knows what would have happened.
That'd be scary.
Yeah.
Do you know what causes this?
Different things sometimes.
What was it this time?
Do I know that? Like, was I able to?
You won't know the exact cause, but I will say you remember the last thing you saw before it happened.
Okay. She'll sort of sit there and think, and she's like, I remember turning around, and you were trying to learn magic. And then the light got a little funny on your face, and then I woke up.
I'll never do that again.
Oh, it was your face? Oh.
I thought it was the light.
I did not think it was your face.
I can wear a mask. I cannot. I won't do the fire or the smoke at least. But it was the smell. It was the smoke smelled bad.
She'll like wave her hand. She's like, no, it's absolutely my fault. I'm so sorry to worry you. Please, it's fine.
Is it?
If it's not fine, would you want to hit me instead?
I have no reason to hit you. No.
Well, I insulted you.
Do people hit you often?
No, not people, just father.
Oh, shit. This is a whole box of shit to unload.
So your father beats you. You do know that's not a good thing, honey.
Of course it's a good thing. It's how I learn.
I think you see Ember get mad for a moment. Not at... Well, she's just... Like, she's usually like... What's the best word to describe it? Soft, motherly features. Usually has like a soft smile on her face. And when you say that it's a good thing and that's how you learn, her face falls. And I think you would see a little bit of a glow from her. That's the slight necrotic green, sickly green, just very dimly. She's mad. She didn't like that.
See, like, but it's not fine because those things aren't normal, I think.
Father does it to all the siblings. It's how we all learn. Is that not how your parents taught you things?
I would never.
I usually get a good talking to, but that's that.
Oh, I get that too.
I think we have different experiences, but okay.
I think the lesson to learn here is that, Emilia, whatever that is, it should not happen. And you don't have to expect violence from people if you feel like you've made a mistake.
Then how will I know not to do it again? Also, I would say when Dasha speaks, Emilia sort of looks just above your head. And she usually takes just a split second to respond.
That causes Dasha to like kind of look around too. Yeah, the learning can come in several different ways, but oh, you seem so much younger after all of this. You're probably going to learn a lot if you keep following men like Drax around. So, yes, violence can be an excellent teacher, but you should not experience it in the ways that you have before. I am really good at showing how to use it.
Well, I'm learning to be an adventurer, so if you have things to teach me, I'll happily learn. I'm really useful.
Oh, so many words that come out of your mouth. All right. I'm just going to accept the 4 people that said yes to coming down to a basement are probably all weirdos. So let's just... Oh, I actually do need to take a walk, and she'll turn around and keep walking.
Mal would just turn around to look at Emilia and Ember, and just like flat face, like, yeah, then that's fair. Yeah, we're all walking down here together. We just okay. I'll continue walking too.
Ember will very quietly to Emilia. Still kind of got that like angry, like sickly green glow to her. Who is your father?
He's father.
Well, every father has a name.
I suppose they do. I don't think he's ever told me.
Huh.
I suppose his name wouldn't also be Master.
You see her take a breath through her teeth. Please do not tell me he tells you to call him that.
Not me, usually, only when he's, like, really upset. The other siblings, though, they usually call him that.
She will very gently grab your hand and start walking down with everybody else so that way we don't get left behind.
She's just skipping along.
Please tell me you're not going back.
Well, I can't go back yet. I don't have what I came for.
There's so much conflict on Ember's face right now that I think it's very easily readable that she doesn't know what to do with it.
She'll look at you and she's like, am I frustrating you? Do you want to hit me?
She like sucks in her lips and she stops walking and she looks at you. I would never hit a kid. I cannot imagine a person who wants to hit their child. So no, I do not wish to hit you, and just because someone is frustrated at you does not mean that they should be hitting you.
I learn very quickly.
And that is a talent. One that should not be punished for either.
Once this is over and I bring Father what he's looking for, I don't think it'll happen again. I think he'll see that I'm very capable.
There's a sad look on her face as she's kind of realizing nothing she says right now is going to make a difference.
And everyone continues walking down the passageway. Roughly the same order. Maybe Ember and Emilia side by side. I think you said you were sort of walking that way. You see Vrax a little ways ahead. He had stopped, was leaning on the wall and sort of flipping a coin just waiting a little bit. Call back to you and say, everybody good? I mean, I know it smells a little rough down here, but we got a little ways to go.
To be quite frank, I don't think good would be a good way to describe it, but everyone is here now.
Okay, well enough. We're all accounted for. And he'll turn and he'll continue walking down this passage, leading you all.
And since you said it smells bad, Ember will cast Druidcraft to make it smell like home. And when it fades, she'll cast it again. When it fades, she'll cast it again.
Now, Druidcraft has a bit of an area of an effect to it, right? Are you doing it around the whole group?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's got a 5-foot cube.
In that case, what does home smell like?
Home smells like cedars and pines, fresh earth, flowers, fresh baked bread on a counter.
Okay. And you all smell this sort of envelop you. It's very pleasant compared to the musty, dank, sort of wet stone smell that was enveloping you before. And Ember, you said you keep this going as you all continue to walk?
Yeah, she'll keep it going.
Okay, and it makes the passage a bit more pleasant. So after over another hour of walking down twisted passages, they curve, they'll bank at 90 degrees. Vrax just continues walking forward. There are intermittent torches like before lit up along the wall. And after almost an hour or so, you come across an old wooden door. And the door is closed, sealed, and there is a bit of a rusted wrought iron gate in front of it, almost like a second layer of door to it. And at this, Vrax stops, and he turns back to everyone. And he says, you all did me a real solid, saving my hide back there. Just do me one more favor, and don't tell anybody about this place, as he motions over his shoulder to the door. But he sort of looks out in silence, like he's not just saying it, he's looking for some sort of sign of understanding or agreement.
Oh, I'm so trustworthy, I have no one to tell.
Okay, fair enough.
Mal just nods.
I don't plan on telling your secrets.
Emilia just nods.
He nods, and he turns around, and he places his hand on this wrought iron gate, and you hear him mutter something under his breath. And rather than opening, both the gate and the door together start to sort of shimmer and fade, and they completely disappear. Now there's just an open threshold here. And he walks in, he turns around to you and spreads his arms out wide and starts walking backwards and says, welcome to Vrax's atelier. And as you walk in, the passage opens up into this roundish room, maybe roughly 100 feet in diameter, so there's a bit of size to it. And as he enters, Vrax snaps his fingers again. More torches spark to life sort of around the perimeter of this circular-ish room, or dotting the walls around the room. And in the full light of the torches as you enter, you can now see the room is absolutely packed with stuff. Stuff is the best way to put it. There doesn't appear to be any sort of organization. It's not like you're walking into a nice warehouse. There are just things everywhere. There are crates, barrels, large rugs on the floor, rolled up, large rolls of big bolts of fabric. There's glass bottles everywhere, clay pots, just random trinkets scattered all over the place. and running around in the room, performing these little various odd jobs and tasks, are these small little paddle-footed constructs, maybe about 1.5 feet tall or so. Paddle-footed, looking like sort of like a duck's feet that rotate on an axis. And they're all sort of running around all over the place. They don't seem to be particularly skilled at what they're doing. You can tell they're trying to clean or dust, but some things that are like sweeping, they're knocking things over. They're dusting these glass bottles and knocking them over and shattering them. You can tell they intend to be some sort of help, some sort of assistance that Vrax has created, but they're not very good at what they do. And some of them are causing more damage than they're actually cleaning up. So Vrax says, come in, make yourselves comfortable. Don't mind the help, they won't bother you. Hey, Chachki, please pour our guest a drink. And you see one of the small constructs is holding a glass orb. And he looks up at someone calling his name, Chachki. He drops the glass orb where he's standing, it shatters at his feet. And he turns around and paddle runs over to this large cabinet. It was like a big armoire. He jumps up, pulls open the handle to it, and he starts grabbing things out of it. Or rather, it starts grabbing these things out of it. It grabs a big armful of goblets. It probably has enough for you. And carries it over to the party, all of you, and just sort of looks up at you with this big armful of goblets.
Well, maybe the wine is better down here.
You bet it is, Vrax calls from across the room. Ember.
Ember will take a glass, but as this little thing, or goblet, as this little thing waddles over, does it just look like a piece of machinery? Because the way it's working and the fact that it's not working well, can she tell if it's like a loved thing, if this is something that like isn't just pieces put together?
I guess if you would, roll me an Arcana or an Investigation.
Investigate, or no, Arcana, if that's okay.
And I would say Investigation will tell you a bit more about the construct of the thing. Arcane may tell you a bit more about how it works.
Arcana. Natural 20 for a 33.
A 33. Okay, you get a really good look at this thing. And I don't know if you would say that Ember's ever seen some sort of magical construct before. You can tell me, but that is what this is. It appears to be a collection of mundane things. And it's not entirely metal. There is some metal to it. There's like old scrap metal sort of plating it. There's some cogs and gears throughout there. There's bits of wood, bits and bobs holding it together in different places. And just like simple adhesive methods. Some of it might be some wood glue or something. There's some other, bolts and screws in it to hold it together. It looks a bit slapped together. Several of them, the ones that you see, look similar, but they don't look like they came off an assembly line, for example. They're not completely identical like that. But you get the sense that there is some sort of magic powering these mundane things.
I think she takes a goblet. She'll take some time to cast mending on the orb that it broke. And then just watches.
Okay, so you cast mending on this orb that it dropped and shattered, and the pieces sort of come back together, because it is a mundane glass orb or so, and just sort of sits on the floor where it dropped it, now whole again. And it continues to look up at the others with goblets, waiting, almost like this is the end of its current instructions.
Are the goblets are empty at the moment?
They are. And they're a bit of a random assortment, just like random cups and mugs and goblets and things.
And Mal just reach down and grab the most bedazzled looking goblet, if there is such a thing.
Yeah, you can find one with a few rhinestones, a little smudged, a little scuffed up, but looks like at one point it was a very nice goblet.
Thank you, and like gives a little tap on the head. Thanks.
Doesn't respond, but you get a look at it and roll me a perception check if you would.
Five.
You're not sure if it can make noise or not.
I think we're just, with this really like dumb look on our face, just look at this guy. Because we were taken back by the fire just appearing on the walls, and these things are like, I mean, who knows? Who knows what this is?
Drax, how often do you have unsolicited visitors down here?
Oh, not too often. Very rarely. Even more rarely ones that I would care to serve a drink to, like you all.
So
Most of
why?
Go ahead.
Oh, just so why? Why? This is a lot for, I don't know, that chance encounter?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you really fully assessed the situation up there, but I was about to get my ass handed to me. And it's not the first time some people have come around wanting to leave me in a worse state than they found me. But those are definitely the biggest ones that have tried it. And I don't know how I would have fared. So maybe I'm just feeling a little bit generous today. Maybe my life flashed before my eyes a bit. I don't expect anything in return. I just, trying to show a little hospitality.
I'd like to insight check this little guy.
Okay, you may absolutely roll an insight check for me.
I will drink your wine, but I will not trust you. Let's
That's
see.
a bold approach.
Yeah. Let's see. Insight. It's not great. 12.
Okay, let's see. Insight. What is that? A wisdom one? It's not going to be that high. Or not. I'm thinking something else. You rolled a 12, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He seems genuine. He seems like he doesn't get too many chances to show people what he's capable of. And he's taking the opportunity here to show, like, look at this place I have, look at this nice help I've built. I can be useful. I can be hospitable. I can have a reputation as someone who is helpful. He seems genuine in that.
After staring at him for just like a second too long, Dasha's shoulders relax. And she gives a quiet little nod around the place. Not bad for a generous statement. Cheers to you.
Well, thank you. And he seems genuinely appreciative of that compliment. And he grabs a goblet himself and he's sort of, near you all. I think the only person without a goblet right now is Emilia. What are you doing? Unless you said it and I missed it, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. When the little guy comes over, she'll kneel down and put her hands on her knees and look at him. Wow, these are so cool. And she doesn't take a goblet for a second, but once there's just one left, she'll sort of take it but stay squat so that she can watch them work.
Okay. And as you take this goblet out of Tchotchke's hands, it turns around and it starts waddling back to the same cabinet there. And it sort of is able to a little bit just hop up the shelves slightly. And it has these two small little pincer-like arms. And it grabs these two larger bottles and comes back down and does the same waddle over to everyone and sets them down, pulls corks off, and then holds them up and again looks at everyone. But again, it's only about 1.5 feet tall. I'll say, Emilia, if you are still kneeling down, it will go to pour in your cup first.
She'll just sort of watch it, like enamored.
And it pours this sort of very rich, reddish, you can clearly tll it's wine, sort of a dark red wine into your cup. And it's very generous with it. It pours a lot. It starts to sort of spill out of your cup. It spills a little bit as it tries to get it all of it in your cup. It's a little bit of a sloppy procedure, but it's trying its best.
Right. She'll pat it on the head and be like, thank you.
If you would roll me an investigation check, or yeah, you're this close. Let's do investigation.
19.
19. So you can tell this thing seems to have pretty standard bipedal anatomy. Nothing like a mouth. Nothing like it can speak or make a noise or anything. So it just sort of ducks its head in and out and looks up at whoever else wants something out of this bottle.
I think Ember will squat and let it fill up her cup. And she's got this little soft smile on her face as it does whatever it does, because she thinks it's cute.
It's a very similar sight you see. It tries to pour. It gets a lot in your cup. It spills a lot along the way. Probably pours a bit too much. It overflows from the side. But it fills you up with the same very rich red wine.
Ember will take the spare rags that she has and cleans up whatever it spills.
Mal will crouch down and hold the goblet close to the thing. So what is this? As he's like looking up at Vrax, at the little machine, and then to everyone else. What are we getting? What is it? What?
This is, I think it's a red, it's just something I had around the place.
Is it like red water? Like, what is it?
It's wine. I'm sorry. I thought the common. I'm sorry. I met you in a bar. I thought maybe you were familiar. It's
no,
wine.
Oh, okay. Thanks. And he'll take the goblet back and then just like hand it over to Dasha.
Yeah, this is well, yeah. Maybe a red blend. I would not put it high above the wine that you ordered but did not drink above.
Yeah, but like it's yours if you want it. I'm not supposed to.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to define it. Oh, what you're not supposed to. Interesting. All right. Well, 2 for Dasha.
And I'll look back down at the machine thing. But thank you, though. Appreciate it. And then to Vrax with the same look.
Of course. And as it pours into everyone's cups, Tchotchke turns around with these bottles and starts to waddle back towards the cabinet that it got them out of. Along the way, you will see this glass orb that Ember repaired. It inadvertently kicks it and shatters it as it's walking back towards the the pantry. And as it gets there, it just sort of throws the wine bottles into the bottom of it. You hear a shattering of glass and rummaging sounds like that as it then goes to close the cabinet doors and turns around and goes back to what it was doing. Starts dusting, cleaning, things like that again. Vrax looks around at them and says, I mean, they need a bit of tweaking. Still a few kinks to work out, but I have ideas.
So you
Anyway.
made them.
Well, yeah. I mean, I got some time on my hands between business. It's good to have a little bit of help. You know, I'm in an industry where you don't have too many close friends, so it's good to have an extra pair of hands around, or several. They're kind of like one pair of hands between them. They're so damn clumsy.
Can I insight? Is Vrax lonely? Is he making friends?
That is the first time I've heard an insight of, is this person lonely? I like that. Roll an insight check for me.
That is an 11 on the die, and my insight is a 5, so 16.
You could pick up a hint, perhaps a hint of, it gets quiet down here sometimes. But you were also able to pick up, I will say, with what, I'll leave it at this, with Ember's experiences, how and where she chooses to live, you also understand there can be advantages to keeping a very small, close circle that many people may not know about.
I think you see a look of understanding cross her face, but there's also a look of sadness that even has to exist.
You're able to pick that up from looking at Vrax with your insight, but you can tell he doesn't look particularly bothered right now. He's pretty good at masking, maybe. Anyway, like I said, y'all did me a real favor back there, so you kind of, deserve this red carpet treatment, so to speak. I mean, a lot of the carpets are rolled up, but the wine's red, so. So I like to think I'm pretty resourceful, but, the guys back there in the draft, they just lost it on me. And I'm telling you, it's the zest. I wish I never had anything to do with the stuff. And as he says that, he just sort of looks like past you all, this 1,000-yard stare that he's not able to hide.
What is zest?
Oh, it's a drug, essentially. It's the best way I know to put it.
Are chefs particularly aggressive about their seasoning?
Oh. You spend a lot of time at home?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I understand it's there are substances that sort of are illicit. They exchange hands in places like Radius. Zest is what we would call a street name for a substance that is not zesty whatsoever. So it's not zest in the culinary sense. It's more so, I don't know who names these things, but that's what they call it.
Is that the same? Oh, Emilia,
No,
I am so sorry.
No,
I am so loud sometimes.
No, you're good.
All right, me and then you, all right? Don't forget what you're going to say, because sometimes that happens. I say I'm so loud, and then I talk, and then the next person who needs to go next, they forget what they're meant to say, and I feel guilty, and I don't want to feel guilty with 2 glasses of wine in my hand. What I was going to say The motherfuckers upstairs, they inhaled something before they went bat shit on us. Was that Zest?
It was indeed. I mean, you got to see the side effects of it. Or really, I wouldn't even call it side effects. I think that's what they want out of it. But yeah, it gives you a real high. But I mean, it gets you going. And certain people, they take that stuff, and I mean, that's what I tend to see happen. Incredible high, but man, they get wild. They get violent.
Did you make it? So sorry, Emilia. You were going to say something, and I had a question. I apologize.
It's okay.
I mean, I'm glad you're so inquisitive. The least I can do is answer a few questions for you.
I was just wondering if these were the same people who named the black market, because I didn't see any tents with the black fabric.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think you'll find there's. Now you're making me question myself. Like, how do we name all these things? I don't know. I don't know if the color black's associated with the market at all. It's just what people call things that you generally don't set up and sell on street corners in broad daylight.
The system seems confusing.
When you put it that way, it kind of is. And you can see a genuine sense of like, I've never thought about any of this slang or vernacular before. I just kind of go with it. Your innocent questioning is making Vrax question a lot of things as well.
But do you make it, like Ember was saying? Like a connoisseur of some sort?
Don't make it. So I've only been dealing it for a little while now. And, again, I suppose I can tell you all this because we're in my place. You all kind of swore to secrecy. You helped me, whatever, yada, yada. So this person, they were pretty mysterious about it. Didn't show their face. But they brought some to me. And they offered me a ton of gold to deal it out, to sell it. And honestly, like, the money was not in selling. They wanted me to just hand the stuff out. They just wanted to pay me to do it. So I thought, easy gold. And it was given away. I didn't question what it was, really. So I did. So I do what I do well, and I distributed the product. A few customers had a similar reaction to what you saw up there, but, people choose what they put in their bodies. Who am I to judge it as long as I'm getting paid for it? Or so I thought. And I also thought it was a one-time thing. But this person that supplied it to me, they kept sending it. And the customers that I distributed to, they kept coming back for it. And, I guess I should have seen this beforehand. Narcotics like this are addicting or can be. But I guess I was just seeing gold coins for a little bit there and it got in a bit over my head. They kept coming back. They were increasingly violent. They wanted more and more. And then it just kept showing up practically on my doorstep. I really just should have asked a lot more questions about what I was getting into. And now it's kind of taken over my whole business. I'm trying to get out of it, but the stuff keeps showing up. And that doesn't even really cover enforcers, I guess.
Whenever people then show up to give you trouble about it, can't you just direct them to the people you get it from? Just say, like, that's the more direct connection, right?
So I tend to keep my suppliers in confidence, but I did try that once. There was a guy who, when I tried to stop dealing this stuff, and I tried to get rid of it. And a guy came in, very similar to that old man upstairs, and just started beating the hell out of me. And told me I knew what I had done, and I needed to keep the zest flowing. or the next guy would be worse.
Are you the next guy?
Okay, first of all, he wasn't that old, but who was the... I don't think I was the guy this time, but now we know that you're trying to get out of it, and I don't think there will be a next time for us.
Oh, I think you are the next guy. I really do, yeah.
So are you the guy upstairs, the arguably old guy? Are you with him? You know him? Were you guys here together? Are you looking for me?
Yeah. That was my dad, and we're just here to. We were just told that you were doing this, and to make you stop. And it appears we're successful.
Stop what, though?
I was about to ask, did you want him to continue selling Zest?
No. No, I didn't even know what this stuff was till we got here. Well, I mean, I heard about it before, but like I didn't interact with it before that.
You mentioned you didn't know what Rax had done. What if the older guy did?
I assume so. I mean, he's kind of like older guy. Like, he's usually the brains. He knows what the situation is, and then we go to handle it. And I don't handle the specifics. I just handle the action, if you will.
Rax, were you told that the next guy would be here to hurt you if you stopped selling Zest?
I'm not really told when they're going to be here. It was just sort of a threat. It's like, this guy roughed me up bad and just told me the next time I wouldn't be so lucky. So I assume that someone who just walks in and starts beating the hell out of me for seemingly no reason was probably the next time. I don't get a lot of two-way communication here. You know, once I got into this deal, I'm having a hard time getting out of it.
The goal was just to put a point across. It wasn't to do anything more than that, I don't think.
I gotta say, you're much nicer than the last guy. I don't know about the other dude who you were with who started punching me in the face, but you seem nice enough to maybe answer a question or two that I have, because no one else will talk to me about it. Everyone else they send just goes right into pounding on me.
Okay. Yeah, I can do my best. Yeah.
So, who sent you here?
I just handle the action. I don't handle the specifics. I'm not sure. A trusted source. I know that.
He looks conflicted. And he says, I suppose it'd be a bit hypocritical of me to knock you for getting into a deal you didn't know a lot about, because that's where I find myself. But do you remember anything? Do you know who gave you the gig? Are you getting paid? Did you meet this person beforehand? Anything you know might help me get out of this pickle.
Above table, is there something that I'm forgetting, or we're truly unaware?
There is nothing you're forgetting. You were not told the specifics of this work. You were told where to go and who you were looking for.
I mean, I don't have anything for you now as far as answers, but maybe we could figure something out after. I mean, we're down here because you promised a tier, was it? And then we get that, and then we're back, and maybe we can talk to this old guy and answer questions.
Older. I don't mean to offend your sensibility since you're being so understanding about this. But I would love the opportunity, just because, I really want it to stop. I want to stop pushing the stuff. I want to just get out of this whole thing, just wash my hands of it.
See, that's good to know. Yeah. I think we can. Yeah, I think we can help each other.
So are you
Okay.
trying to use the tier as like a payment? Like, I get out and I'll give you this nice thing for not being like the go-between? Is that what your plan is?
Asking Mal or who?
Brax.
Honestly, throughout the tier, because I didn't know if you'd help me otherwise, I do have it. If you're going to take the tier from me, looking at Malin as he says this, and me giving you that gets me out of this predicament, then yeah, that would be great. Definitely worth it to me.
I mean, yeah. I think, yeah. I think that could work.
Aren't there multiple tiers?
We have the one. Have you heard of multiple ones?
No, I came here for the tier as well. But if Mal takes the tier,
I think we're all
mean-
here for it.
Can we? What does it do or something? Like, can we cut it into 3 pieces or 4 pieces? Looking at Dasha, 4?
No.
3 pieces then, more for all of us.
I mean, it looks to be some sort of stone or gem. You could try.
After hearing of splitting this tier in 3, would Ember understand magical artifacts and magical items well enough with her background to know cutting something into pieces would take away its magical properties?
Roll me an Arcana check for that, if you would, please.
7 plus 13 for a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. I would say, given Ember's abilities, her background, her knowledges, you know that it varies by the type of magical item you're talking about. There are lots of different kinds of magic in the world, and different artifacts have been enchanted or imbued with it. Some you can split up and they maintain their properties. Some depend on being one whole item. Some even resist the ability to, or resist attempts for it to be broken up. You've had a bit of experience with all of them.
And if we can't split this magical tier into 3, what do I do then?
We'd have to find some other arrangement.
do we know where to get another one?
I mean, it was just happenstance that I came across this one in a completely legitimate manner. So
Did you steal it?
I don't know where to get another one. Did I what?
Steal it?
I mean, I know you just met me. I'm a businessman. I'm a kobold of my word. I acquired it. You can't steal something that's not in someone's possession, right?
Where did you find it? Or who did you find it from?
Frax is going to insight check Ember.
Okay.
What he's trying to determine is, are you just a curious sort? Or do you plan on trying to return this thing to its rightful owner and maybe see Vrax punished for it?
Okay. I will go ahead and state Ember does not plan on hurting Vrax in any way. It's more so like she's curious as to where this came from and if it connects to anything else, but not specifically Vrax. What do you want me to roll?
I would say if I guess a persuasion then, sort of to show that you are genuine. That's how I would correlate persuasion with being genuine.
Okay, it's a straight roll. And it's a natural 7.
That's good because Vrax rolled a 4. You see a bit of tension in his eyes as you ask that, did you steal it? Did you take it from someone? Where did you get it? But a bit of relief, and that he seems convinced by your demeanor that you're just curious. There's not going to be any sort of, turning him in for it. So, if you haven't noticed, I hang out in the sewers a lot. Sort of emotions around him. People drop things. It's a big city. People hustle and bustle. They move around. So I happen to be hanging out by my favorite drain. And, some of these you can get a nice little look at the street level if you look up through them. And there's this guy running through the streets. Seemed to be in a bit of a hurry. I get some people running after him as well. And one of them, sort of caught up with him, roughed him up a bit, pulled at his cloak. He dropped a few things. This was one of them. It just happened to roll over in my favorite drain I was hanging out in. So I figured he didn't need it anymore. And he looked like he was in a hurry. So who am I to call him down and possibly get him roughed up again by these people chasing him? So I happened upon it, and he hasn't come looking for it, so... Yes, Ember.
With running away, it sounds like it's a possibility that this person stole something. Is there a temple around here that this tier may belong to?
Roll me a religion check, if you would.
Okay. Plus 11. I rolled a 3, so that's a 14.
You're not overly familiar with the city of Radius, but you're fairly certain there are still temples around the city, here and there. You know that, even given the history of Seraphim, there are still people that worship gods, regardless of what happened hundreds of years ago. You're not sure of a specific one, maybe, but you'd be fairly certain that if someone wanted to find some sort of hallowed ground or temple in Radius, then they could.
She kind of sits back with that, and whenever the tear comes out, she wants to, if it's possible, do a religion check on it to see if it's blessed.
Okay. So Vrax tells this story of how he acquired this gemstone. And he sort of looks around and goes, I can go grab it. Maybe you can ascertain it from there, but I'm not going to say it's mine, but again, he didn't come looking for it. It looked like it was a bit of a hurry, so, and maybe it'll help you all, There's something odd about it. As far as I can tell, it's not just a normal rock. And he turns around and he walks over to this workbench that he has. And similar to a lot of his atelier here, it is covered with all bits and bobs and odds and ends. Not a very clean workspace. But there is a small, plain-looking wooden chest, maybe the size of a loaf of sourdough. And he unclasps it, and he goes to open it. And his back is facing you all right now. And as he goes to open this, you see a bit of a bluish teal light start to seep out of the chest. Almost like this light has some sort of physical properties to it, like it falls out like a mist. Almost like when you open something cold and you see sort of the cold air spill out like that. And Once he opens it, you can see over his shoulder, because he's a small dude, that the chest houses this opaque bluish gemstone. It's about the size of like a large apple or a grapefruit. But rather than being spherical like this, it tapers upward into sort of a slightly hooked point. It looks very much like a teardrop or a droplet of water. And while it's solid at first glance, let's say this, he lifts it out of the chest and he turns around and he walks back to all of you. And if you would, everyone please roll me a perception check.
Oh, I just had a crazy roll. Okay. Dirty 20.
8, but my passive's 15.
Okay, I think passive would work in this one. You can roll or you can use your passive. Everyone can take the same opportunity there.
Natural 20 for 22.
You finally got one!
I finally did it. I got one finally. There we go. It's all downhill from here.
And Emilia, what did you roll? I think I missed it.
I got a 9, but my passive is a 10.
Okay. I will say the DV was very low for this one. As he walks towards you all, you see this again, this opaque bluish gemstone that resembles a teardrop. And at first glance, it's solid. But as you all look at it, you see that it's almost like there's a liquid core to it. Like there's liquid flowing inside of this gemstone. Mm-hmm. And Vrax holds it out. Says, I don't have any clue what it is, but it's got to be good for something, worth a bit of gold. Any of you have any idea what it is? Have you seen it? And it's clearly he's holding it out like not like an offering at this point, more like he's showing it to you.
Just on instinct, Dasha is the first to reach for it, and then you see her kind of like pull her hand back. Just a pretty rock.
It's interesting you say that, Dasha, because you feel a strong pull towards this stone. Almost like it's not verbal, but it's like it's calling to you. And you're not sure if it's a call like it's inviting you or if it's warning you.
Holding her hand, she starts to chew the inside of her cheek. It's clear that she's holding back.
Okay.
Can we make can we make a history check and or an arcana check to see if we've seen it before, but then also determine what magic this thing might have?
Yeah, I'll let you do both. And I'll say anyone who wants to do it. History, if you want to know, I would say, let's do this. If you want to try to recall what you may know about it or have heard about something similar, roll me either a history or a religion, your choice.
11.
Okay.
16.
Okay, good.
Religion for a 25.
25, but is that what was on the die?
14 plus 11.
Okay.
I already know Amelia's not going to know anything.
Okay, that's fine. You all rolled above a 10, which is good. Ember, go ahead.
With seeing Dasha reach for it first, or if I can see that, can I roll a history check for mannerisms?
You can. Let's do that first. I've held on to the other rolls. You all rolled above a 10, which was the DV to learn something about it. So we've got that.
Okay.
Ember, go ahead and roll your history. And the mannerisms you're trying to decipher are of Dasha?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not very good. It's an 11.
11. I think you hinted at this before. There is something like it's gnawing at your brain. There is something familiar about this person. Like not sure if you've met them. You've seen someone that looks so similar.
Then I think while everybody's looking at the tear, her eyes just stay on Dasha for a moment.
And as you're all looking at this tier, you, again, beating this DV of 10, you would all know, everyone who rolled, you have heard rumors, possibly sort of tall tales, myth, fireside stories by now, that the war between gods and mortals, not only did it destroy the landscape of Seraphim, but it was so destructive to the country and the people and the culture and everything that it brought some of the gods to tears. They wept for the world of Seraphim and its people. And you wonder, is this some sort of physical manifestation of that? It seems more than coincidence. And Ember, since you're raising your hand, I will tell you, you don't know that Dasha felt this, but in the way I described it, you feel a very similar pull as well.
Okay, and with feeling that pull, I think that'll pull her eyes away from Dasha. And she'll grab her holy symbol and just to herself, is this yours? Whatever this is, if I do whatever this is, will you let me go?
Did she say that out loud?
Evens, yes, she'll whisper it. Odds, no. It's a 7. Odds, no.
It's like an internal question.
I've been in an internal question, but I do think if you turn your head to her or anything like that, she is holding a holy symbol.
Roll me a religion check if you would.
16.
16. The response that you get is nonverbal. It's almost like a feeling. You're fairly certain of it. It seems to urge you on towards this item. Whereas before, the pull you felt, you weren't sure if it was calling to you or trying to warn you of something. Now, having sort of communed in a way, you feel a bit more at ease about it. It's not a warning. It's inviting you. It is a means to whatever your ends may be.
I don't think we can split a rock.
I mean, I haven't tried to do it myself. And it might not be worth as much. Like, look how perfectly shaped it is. It looks like a water droplet. But, and I suppose you could try. I don't know. It's a little bit intimidating.
Well, it seems like none of us really want to leave here without it. I don't know what good compromise would be.
I mean, surely there's others.
I would hope so. I don't want things to get violent or anything.
I think this is special, and I do not think that there is going to be another one. However, magical objects tend to have multiple uses, right?
There's a good bit of water inside.
Could we possibly compromise to use this together?
I mean, I'm not here to use it. I'm just here to collect it and give it to the powers that be. But I mean, if people have to use it for something first, like I mean, I wasn't given a timeline as to when to get it, so
The reason I ask is, Retris, the city of Retris isn't too far out of the city limits, and I think this could help the children and the elderly are getting sick to the point to where they just, it looks like the life is being sucked out of them, and I think this could help. And if you allow me to use it for that, then I will happily help you with whatever you want to use it for.
I am usually very strong of opinion, so I approve that use. The other two, I will say this drug is special. I don't think it should be just used for anything. I think children and elderly, it seems like good cause. But you said you wanted it for your father, and then you said your father beats you, so like I said, strong opinion. I don't know about that one. And then you said you're at the bottom of the totem pole. You said you don't even know why you're here or what you're doing. So this is I said it's just a special rock, but it is a special rock. So I'm here. And now I suppose I'm attached because of this rock. Look at it. Oh.
Very quietly to you. Do you feel it too?
I don't know what I feel. It's hard to shake off privilege.
Privilege.
I see something I want, and I want to take it. You said it's a pricey rock. Hard not to want.
Do you usually get what you want?
No.
Dasha, as you sit in the presence of this stone and you continue to feel that pull, if you would, please roll me a history check. And tell me what you roll on the die and the total. 2?
2.
And is that a straight roll?
Yeah, because I have a 0 modifier.
Okay. You're not quite sure. You just still feel that pull, but there's nothing. You're not recalling anything that clarifies why you may feel that. Ember.
Does it look like you're concentrating on something?
If anything, it looks like she's actively trying to, not concentrate.
Would I pick up on that?
You could insight, and I would say, Dasha, depends on how strongly you're trying to hide what you're doing. So it looks like you're trying to not concentrate. Would you wear that expression on your face? Would you?
Yeah, she is been very straightforward. So she's not trying to hide anything. She's just kind of a little bit more antsy and less sure of herself since this rock came out.
Yeah, I would say that doesn't require an insight unless you're trying to delve a bit deeper.
I think she would see you doing the concentration on, like, trying not to concentrate and feeling a connection with that slightly. I think you'll feel a ginger touch on your shoulder as she casts guidance.
Ooh. She kind of like recoils at touch and then shakes her head. I am not the I should not be the persuasive sort in this moment. You three wanted the rock? Take the rock.
Would you allow in that moment with casting guidance, Ember seeing that, like, trying to do something, would you allow that for a help action? And then just very gently to you, well, I hope you get what you want one day.
Do I roll again? What do I do?
Yeah, let's do that. I was waiting to see how that played out. I would say with guidance is clearly sort of an encouraging spell. It's like, go do it, because they have to slap you on the back or something and touch you to encourage you. I would say with that and with the sort of, I guess, indecisiveness that Dasha may be feeling right now, roll one more history check. I would say it's not a help action, but we'll use guidance as the spell to, add a d4 to it.
That's so funny. I rolled a 4.
A 4. Is that with guidance as well?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
That's okay, though, because as you continue to look at this stone and as you feel this encouragement from Ember, almost just like, just go on, do you. You do recall a memory from a very, very long time ago. And you have flashes of riding horseback to a village. And you are in full battle dress. And you are on the way to a battle. And then as soon as it enters your mind, it flashes and it's gone.
It's like maybe a second and a half after the spell has been cast and she has said, just take the rock. And she is like just standing. Ugh. High energy today. All right. What are we doing? You're giving us the rock and then we are going to just take it out and figure out what to do with it one by one?
Look, I mean, if you want, like, I can get, maybe Chatsky can grab some straws. You can just sort of, or roll a dice or something, decide who's going to get it, who's going to do what with it. I was just giving it over because she helped me out. And again, our friend who dropped it obviously doesn't need it. I don't think he's going to come looking for you. Maybe some of the robe dudes will, but they're probably long gone. Who wants it?
I mean, I'm all for letting someone use it for something good. That's fine. I just would then just need it after. But I guess it depends what Emilia also wants to do with it. But I just think I'd hand it off, and then it would probably go elsewhere. So.
Are you all right if we take it to Retros?
Sounds like a good cause. Yeah.
Sounds good. I will be the third-party adjudicator. Rock, please.
With that, Prax will walk over to you, to Dasha, and hold his hands out to you, offering it to you.
I am fair and I am just. Please take me at my word, she says to the rest of the group as she takes the rock.
As soon as the rock touches your hands, you are pulled out of the space you're currently in. It's almost like being plunged deep into water. And suddenly you are in a completely different place. You are standing in a field of tall grass at night. It's a bright, full moon night, and the wind is sort of gently blowing around you, rustling the blades of the grass. And you see nothing but a calm night in front of you. But as you turn around, you see a faraway city, and the lights are sort of dimly dotting the horizon. And suddenly, and oddly enough, completely silently, you still hear nothing but the wind. Fire begins to rain down from the sky above the city. And it's like these large burning meteors almost are plummeting towards it. And there's one particularly large one that's leading the way. And as it comes down on the horizon, right before it makes impact, you're pulled out and you're standing back where you were in Vrax's workshop.
Oh, this is heavy. So heavy. I am the third-party adjudicator, so I will carry the weight. I'm very strong. Are we good? Anyone want more wine? Chachki? And you see her like just nervously looking around for this helper.
Yeah, and as soon as you yell Chachki, you see it across the room. It's holding like a small clay pot. It looks up, it drops it, it shatters, and it comes running over to you.
All right, one for the road.
Are we allowed to insight?
Who are you trying to insight?
Dasha. It's extremely heavy. I think that would have piqued her interest. It's extremely heavy.
What are you trying to ascertain through this insight?
I'm assuming from the description, Dasha's got really nervous trying to distract, trying to deflect. After it's really heavy. Knowing that at least Ember has a pull to it. What is that rock? What is it doing?
Let's see, how do we want to play this? I will say, Dasha, what you experienced was, to everyone around her, it's like no time passed at all. There wasn't like some sort of pause. She wasn't in a sort of like fugue state. You would not notice that she experienced what she just did. You would hear what she said about it being heavy and being the third party adjudicator. I am trustworthy. So you could insight the words.
With hearing it's heavy, could I insight the words maybe at disadvantage?
Yeah, let's do disadvantage because the words are not a whole lot to go on. And Dasha, I don't know what you're trying to portray here. If you want to try to persuade or deceive or what.
Okay. I'll do a roll for one of those.
Yeah, and you don't have to tell us which one it is.
I rolled 2 12s for a 17.
I rolled a 23.
Okay.
Who knew it was so heavy?
All right, I will take a glass of wine for the road. Malin, you sure you don't want to try? Expand your palate?
No, I'm sure there'll be plenty of other times to try sometime try that.
Ember will also hand you her glass because she never took a sip.
All right. And she just makes sure all the goblets are dry before we leave.
Okay. So Vrax has extended his hands. He's given Dasha this stone. Let's see. So I can, and this is Vrax speaking, I can guide you out. Man, I don't know where you plan on going, but obviously it's probably not down here. So, right this way, there's another tunnel I can take you through if you're all ready. I mean, you can stick around, have some wine, chat it up, whatever. But if you're ready, I'll see you out.
Before we leave, do you have any zest left? I'd like to study it. Maybe figure out where it went, where it came from.
Oh, yeah, I got a little bit. And again, I just got to get rid of this stuff. So you're kind of doing me a favor. How much do you want?
Are there any negative side effects to it that aren't violence? Such as vomiting, other issues?
Man, I've never taken it myself. I never really asked anybody how they're feeling while they're beating the hell out of me. So, I don't know, maybe dry mouth. And he walks over and he hands you a small leather pouch. And you hear a bit of clacking, there's almost like stones or things inside of it. And he hands it to you. He says, here's a few hits of it. I mean, are you going to take it? Are you just going to, reverse engineer it? What are you doing?
Well, I've heard stories of people being able to find out who something belongs to or what something belongs to. And if I can figure out what this material is, maybe we could use it to our advantage. Because all drugs come from some natural substance, right?
Maybe. I just stick to wine myself. It's my drug of choice. And it comes from something natural, I think.
It does.
So,
It comes from
yeah.
berries. Grape
Okay, yeah,
specific.
berries. I don't know if this comes from berries, but yeah.
Yeah. But you're okay in the city? You don't need a place to hide?
I mean, I got a place to hide. Look around. You're not going to tell anybody, right?
No, that's
You
secret
said you
stays
wouldn't
with
tell
me.
anybody. Okay,
Do not
okay.
plan to.
Yeah, no, I'll be okay. I mean, if you look, I don't know if y'all know each other. I don't know if you're going somewhere together. It kind of sounds like maybe you're going to decide at some point. If you ever find yourself in Radius and you need somewhere to duck low, then, find me. Just look down.
Is that your catchphrase?
It's not my catchphrase, but maybe it could be. Just look down, you'll see me. That sounds kind of morbid. I'll workshop it a bit. Me and Chachi will go through it.
Ember will just write something on a piece of paper really fast. It's like a tiny little map with instructions and hand it to Vrax. Same goes to you if you need any help. And then she kind of goes to do something else.
What is on the paper that you give him?
She gives him her hideout.
And you said, it's directions on how to get there? What does it entail? If he had this, he could find where it is?
If he had this, he could find out where it is. And it's just a quick little letter of use it if you need an out. Keep my secret safe. I'll keep yours.
He sort of looks through it, peruses it a bit, wordlessly, nods at you, folds it up and puts it in he's got a little vest on, in his little vest pocket.
I guess Emilia will look at everyone and be like, so does this mean we're like a real adventuring party now?
I guess for a short bit, right? I mean, however long it takes to heal the people and then do what else? I suppose so. That's how you define it, right?
Yeah, it's like a short-term lease, probably.
What she said, yeah.
How exciting.
Are you good to go back out there? You're going to faint again?
I shouldn't.
Shouldn't? But you could? Or like you won't?
Out of all of my siblings, I do it the least. So.
There we go. That makes me feel a lot better about it.
Oh. The saplings. All right. It is a good thing I have the rock. We will ascend. Vrax, I would like the help with the tunnels. I've never really traveled in these sewers.
Yeah, sure. I can show you the way. I mean, make sure you're good. Make sure you scurry off, do your thing.
Oh, I cannot scurry.
Force of habit. I scurry a lot. I'm a scurrier. Ember, if you would. As you all turn to get ready, Dasha has this stone. Ember, you continue to feel this pull towards it. It's a bit less mysterious after your communion earlier, but you still continue to feel like, not that it's unsafe with Dasha or anything like that, but you just want to be close to it.
Dasha, could I see the stone for just a moment?
Of course. As third-party adjudicator, I will allow it. And she'll
Thank you.
hand it back to you.
And she very gingerly takes it. She will touch it.
Okay, good. Because when you touch it, instantly, you are no longer in Vrax's workshop. You sit at a kitchen table in a small house. It's nighttime. You can see moonlight flooding through the windows of the house. It's a very clear night, full moon probably. On the table in front of you is a very simple meal. Soup, maybe a loaf of bread, carafe of water. And sitting with you at the table are two familiar faces. Two people you were very close to a long time ago. And I'll tell you who they are explicitly if you need me to, but you likely know. And would you like to explain what they look like?
Oh, okay. She is sitting at a table. It's a simple meal, but that fresh baked loaf that you all smelled earlier is sitting on that table. As she looks across the table at a man with blonder hair, brown eyes, dressed in druid attire, the love of her life. And then her head turns and she sees a little boy with blonde hair and green eyes. And she just, even though they're eating or about to eat, I think she just grabs him, picks him up, and holds him. and just sways. The loves of my life are at the table, and Drasana could not have blessed me anymore.
Do you say that out loud? Or let me rephrase it. Do you try to say that out loud?
I think seeing her son, she would try to say that.
As you go to speak, you find that you can't. You can't make a sound. And you see these people in front of you, and you hold the boy, and smiling, laughing. So is the man. They seem to be in the midst of a conversation with you, but they are making no sound. You hear this deafening silence around you. And then in this silence, you feel the faintest rumbling start. Like just a small vibration at first. And it slowly grows in intensity. A bit more, but it's very consistent. It's not in pulses. It's a consistent crescendo of vibration. And as it continues, the moonlight that was coming through the windows starts to dim, and it disappears. And what you can see from the windows is pitch black. And then within that black darkness, suddenly reddish orange light starts to pour in instead. It's similar to the light put off by like a large fireplace in a great hall. And this rumbling continues to grow and grow and grow. The others with you don't seem to notice it whatsoever. They continue to sort of mime out this conversation you can't hear. And the rumbling gets so loud, it's like you can't even think straight. It's just consuming everything. And as it builds to this peak, you suddenly feel a tremendous impact. Like you're hit very hard with something. Everything goes black. Every sense is out. And then it's like you're falling from a great height into a dark ocean, and you're completely submerged. And as soon as you hit the water, you're back in Vrax's place.
I think tears are coming down her face as she's just staring at that stone. Them back. Take me home. Give them back. They're not yours. Give them back.
Oh, this thing is influential. And she'll reach up and like grab your face. That's all. It's like she's trying to be gentle, but it's a little bit rough. Are you here?
And as you say, are you here? Ilaria, give him back. Give him back. Please give him back.
I don't know what to do. Are you? And she'll put her hand over your heart. Are you here?
And words can't come out, so she just nods.
And just under her breath, just right to you, her forehead is so close to your forehead. I do not know what you saw, but we can discuss it. We should go. Your tears are good. And she'll turn around to the others. All right, I don't have much to cry about, but just so you know, if you're too close to this thing, it may cause spontaneous weeping. We should go.
Oh. Okay. Okay. And I'll just like look at Ember, just like analyzing her. I mean, like not okay.
Sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry. It was just so spontaneous. I wasn't. Okay. And I'll just like take a step back, like he's this is awkward. Let's take a step back.
Well, clearly I need to get in touch with myself a bit more. I didn't have any effects like that. Are you okay? Frax says to you, Ember.
Yep, everything's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know you're in a bit of a state. If you're all still ready to go, I mean, like, I hope you find what you're looking for with this thing. It seems like, again, y'all have experiencing a lot more than I did with it, so I think it's in the right hands. But yeah, just this way, I'll show you out. And he sort of motions towards the same door that you came in from. And he starts walking that way.
Leading the way again.
Okay.
Mal will just hang back for a second, just kind of, if he's close to Emilia, maybe was it a bad thing for her to have the stone? Maybe she needs it more than maybe what we do, or, well, I do.
Well, if it's that powerful, then surely it can be used multiple times. So, her using it first seems to make sense.
Yeah, it just didn't seem to do anything good.
It does seem like a sad rock.
Sad rocks. Okay. And
You've never encountered a sad rock?
No. I mean, I've never interacted with a rock and then been sad after. The shiny ones are nice. Those ones give joy, actually, but I've never cried after a rock, unless someone throws one at me, but that's never happened.
I suppose that's fair.
I mean, are sad rocks common? Do people feel sad holding rocks?
One of my siblings cried over a rock one time, but it didn't look like this rock.
It's like a pet sort of deal, or?
I don't know. They didn't really talk about it.
Huh. Well, maybe other people can hold it. I don't know if I want to hold it.
Yeah, maybe we should hold it with, gloves or something.
Yeah, I don't want to touch the sad rock. And he starts shuffling away, kind of kicking some random piece of debris that's just on the ground, just shoving it off to the side and then following.
Okay. And as you're all making your way back to the door, Malin, internally, in your head, you hear a familiar voice, that of Merv. And he says, in a bit of a hurried voice, almost like he's a bit out of breath, says, I think I lost him. I'm topside, sticking to alleyways. Guards are everywhere. Any update with Vrax? I'm working to secure us passage out of here. And this is a sending, you can respond to this.
Yeah, let's see. Hang on, let me write this out to be sure. I just want to be sure I have the 25.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
We're gonna skip a few words just in case. Vrax learned lesson. Found rock. Sad rock. Underground. On our way back up. Don't know where we will be. Probably near the tavern. I think it's 24.
Okay. You and he have communicated like this before, but you're familiar with the feeling of sort of sending these messages. You know that got through. Good response. You don't receive a response after that. It's sort of a check-in, okay. And you continue up. And Vrax, again, starts to lead you all through these sort of twisting, turning underground passageways. And eventually he leads you up to a ladder that leads up into what is practically a manhole. And he says, this is, I'm pretty sure this is an alleyway. You should be able to sort of get your bearings. And then, it's a big city. I don't think anyone's looking for you. Unless anyone got a good look at you in the draft, I don't know. But you should be okay. Just sort of keep your head down. Look like you've been somewhere. But it's been nice to get to know you all a little bit. Thanks for sharing wine with me. And if you need anything, again, you need a friendly face and Ratius, come see me.
You are small and strange, but I do like you. Thank you.
Okay. He sort of looks off like he's deciphering. He's sort of picking the compliment out of there. But yeah, you're welcome. Anytime.
Yeah, hey, just got to look down.
And I'm going to look up at all I use.
Emilia will take his hand and shake it and be like, you are very hospitable to me.
Sort of lets it ragdoll in your hand a bit. Yeah, of course. And it's good to have company. It's good to have company that doesn't punch me, as he steals a glance at Malin. You were by far the nicest people that have been in my atelier in a long time. But okay, you're getting all mushy on me, so go ahead. Up you go, up the ladder. And he sort of turns around and bids farewell and starts walking down the corridor again, the direction he came from.
Matt will start up the ladder.
Okay. And as you do, you get to this large sort of metal, again, manhole cover up there, which you can just move to the side. And as you climb out, you do see that you are in essentially sort of a back alley. You see some rubbish and things around the corners. Not a very well kept thing. Obviously kind of out of the main streets, but you can see down the way is how you would get back to the main streets of Ratius. And again, Ratius is a bit of a circular maze almost, as all the streets sort of wrap around this spire shape that is the city. And anyone who follows, you would see the same thing as you reach the top of the ladder and climb out.
Yeah, so he just clocks the surroundings, the direction to go, and we'll just wait there and hold out a hand to help everyone else climbing out.
Can someone help Kip up, please?
Yeah.
If you got it, you got it.
Oh, you look capable.
He is a real big boy, so he's a little too heavy for me to carry. No offense, Kip, and her head.
I'm taking, Mom. I've been eating my meals.
Calling people old and heavy and big boys. Okay. He'll just look down at Kip and then what was it? Pull out a small little leather loop and cast levitate on Kip.
Okay. And as you cast levitate on Kip, this large wolfhound begins to sort of leave the ground a bit, float a bit in front of you. And Ember, only you hear Kip say, "It's a bit strange. It's a different feeling, but just maybe push me up, let me go first, and that way, in case I fall."
Well, you're not going to fall. And then she'll turn over to Mal. I think he's having fun, thank you.
Yeah. And as Kip is slowly levitating up, he keeps going. So Mal will like grab his leg and just like hand it over as he's like above us at the moment.
Is he going to continue to float?
Only if you if you let go, yeah, he'd probably be up there a while. So don't. Well, actually, we'll just put him on the ground, and he'll put him on the ground and break concentration on levitate.
And as you're doing that, Ember, you hear in your head Kip saying, "Mama, I feel like a balloon. Please get me down."
I think he wants to come down now.
Down is good.
Thank you.
And you would see this sense of relief on Kip's face as he finds purchase on the ground again. And I'm assuming you all make your way up the ladder onto the streets.
Yep.
Before we go anywhere, I probably need to meet with my dad just to give him an update as to what our plan is. And it's just down the way there. So if that's fine, it'll be quick, most likely.
Of course.
That makes sense. Should we mark this grate? Should we like try to make sure we know how to get back down or something? Just in case.
But you look very enthusiastic.
I'm so
What's
excited.
up?
This is something the druids can do. They can leave druidic marks. And only druids can read it. So let me double check, because I'm pretty sure druids... Where'd it go?
It's right in chalk. Vrax lives
Yeah.
here.
You can use druidic to leave hidden messages. You and others who know druidic automatically spot such a message. Others spot the message presence with a successful 15 intelligence investigation check, but can't decipher it without magic. So I'm assuming when it says decipher without magic, that it needs a comprehend language spell because it is in a different language. And
That makes sense.
I think she's going to write look up. Because Vrax said he'll always have to look up. So in Druidic, and just like the top left corner of the drain in Druidic, look up.
Okay, this is like a manhole. Do you write it on the cover? Do you write it around the rim of the hole in the street?
I think she would write it on the street because streets typically don't disappear. Manholes can be replaced. So she is going to write just around the edges, look up. Instead of look down to kind of give them an idea to go down, she's going to tell them to look up.
Okay. And I think you said it, but remind me again, what does it look like to someone who can't read it?
So as she's writing it, you can tell she's writing something, and then as she writes it, it disappears. but the letters that she writes glows this soft sunshine yellow and then kind of dulls into this necrotic like green. And I think the symbols look a lot like tree rings in a way. Like maybe half tree rings or something like that. So only a druid or someone who knows druidic would understand it.
Okay, very cool. So you successfully write this encrypted message around the manhole there. So you'll know if you find yourself in this alleyway again or somewhere near it, you will know that you could potentially find Vrax's hideaway down the spout.
And Ember will explain, like, you all will see this message, even though if you understand Druidic, it says look up, but otherwise it just looks like pictures.
Now we'll just like tilt his head, like trying to figure out how to understand it. Okay, yeah. Whatever you say.
I do promise it's the language.
I have no way to say that you're wrong, so yeah.
Alright, so now it's time for your father? Yeah? Do you know where he is?
In short, no, but I kind of figure he's around the tavern, maybe? He sent me a message just saying that he was available, that he was able to escape people, and so I just figure we're going to meet back where we split up, so.
May I ask a hard question?
Yes, yeah.
You mentioned not knowing why you were sent for Vrax. If you find out that you were sent for Vrax in order to keep him selling Zest, what are your steps?
Like, if we had a different motive going into it, or are you asking finding out, like, after the fact?
Well, what is done is done.
So then going back after is a conversation? I mean, we already made a point clear, and if he says no, then things would evolve from there, whatever that may be exactly.
If Vrax says no, or your father says no?
Well, like, if we're trying to get Vrax to continue selling, if that was the motive, I don't think it was, then yeah, that would be what would happen. With my father saying no, I don't entirely know. I haven't really ever had to butt heads before, so.
You would force him to sell Zest even though he doesn't want to?
Whomever we're getting the objectives from is a trusted source, and there'd be a good reason for it, I'm sure.
I think you can see across Ember's face that not necessarily disappointment, but like you would force him to do something he doesn't want to, even though it is a bad thing. You would force him to do something he thinks is bad. I think you can register that on her face. She's not trying to hide it.
I mean, when you think along the lines of forcing someone to do something, I mean, if you want to see it as good and bad, there may be good people who are forced to do bad things, and then bad people who you would hope would do good things, and you try and force them to do good things. And then if they don't, things evolve, things change, and this is just on the other side of that. And I don't know, what if selling this is, or well, giving it away is helping things. I mean, I haven't seen enough evidence to support that, but I have a lot of questions myself, so.
I will leave it at this. I'm not your teacher, I'm not your... And she drags off. Forcing someone to do something that causes violence. Is that a good thing? And then she goes and starts petting Kip to kind of like signify, I'm going to leave you with that thought.
And he'll try and kind of reach out with his voice. Those things are often above me. I don't make those decisions. And he starts off pretty confident saying that, but then slowly tapers off to quieter. Okay. Thanks. And he'll turn around and start making his way to the tavern.
Okay, is everyone following onto the streets?
Yeah.
Okay. If you would, as you all walk out onto the streets, if you would all roll me a perception check. And you can use your passive if you want to in this situation. But you're allowed to roll and sort of pick the highest for that. 12, okay.
Would you allow me to cast Hunter's Sense on myself?
Yeah, sure. What does that do for you?
Hunter's Sense gives me, it's a cantrip, concentration, and any perception check you make, treat it as a 10. But I mean, I rolled a 10, so it doesn't really matter. A 15?
15, okay.
Are we still allowed to use our passive even if we rolled?
Yeah,
Or-
sure. You can take the highest of the two, or the lowest, whatever you want to do.
No, we'll definitely go with the highest of 12.
Okay.
There might have been a natural 1 thrown in there somewhere.
These things happen. Amelia, how did you do?
I got a 10, which kind of makes sense because she was going to go talk to Ember. So it makes sense we roll the same ones.
Okay. I will explain what you see, and then we'll let that conversation happen. So as you walk out onto the streets, you see something that you would all be somewhat familiar with now because you walked into the city separately. You see that the hustle and bustle of Ratius seems not to have stopped. It's much later in the evening now, probably closer to almost dusk, really. As you see torches and different lamps start to light around, like the commerce continues. The streets are full. The streets are busy. You see all sorts of tents and shacks and things built along the street sides, and people barking their products. Come try this. Come buy this. It's a hustling, bustling bazaar of a marketplace. You don't see the noble draft or anything that looks similar to it. You get the sense you're not close to it right now. But you do know that, if you continue around the circle, you'll eventually get to it.
I'll be able to keep wandering until we get there, till we see it.
Okay, and Amelia, you said you were approaching Ember?
Yeah. So she'd everyone's walking. She'd sort of hang back or walk next to Ember. She's looking around, and then she side eyes Ember, and then she looks around, she side eyes Ember. And she's like, "Your dog is very nice."
Oh, thank you. His name's Kipper. Kip for short.
Wow. I've never had a pet. How did you get a dog?
We just found each other at a very convenient time and have been together ever since.
That's nice. And then I guess she'll reach out to pet Kip if he wants a pet.
I think Kip is very much Pets.
Kip's got a good hit on him. He knows when people are reaching out to give him scritches, and you seem very trustworthy. He leans into it. He is a larger dog, so I would say you probably don't have to reach much below your chest level to pat his head.
Yeah, she understood that Ember had a moment, so she was like, I'm gonna come over and like talk to her and give her a compliment and check in, I guess.
And Kip loves this, by the way. You get sort of this wily, like tongue out of the side of the mouth pant. And he just leans into it. He loves it all. And he'll stand there as long as you continue to pet him.
I mean, if he's tall enough, while we're walking, she can just scratch him as they walk.
So you've never had a pet?
No, father doesn't really like animals in his workshop.
You see a grim look over her face for a moment. If you had the choice to have a pet, what kind of pet would you have?
I mean, Kip is very nice. Some of my siblings had pet rocks, and they were pretty well behaved. So, a rock could be nice. Not the sad rock, though. I don't think I want to touch the sad rock.
I think you hear her giggle, and then a sad rock would not be a good pet. There are cats, there are dogs. Some people I know have a parrot or type of bird that likes to talk to you. I've known a couple people that have kept raccoons. I know I have a raccoon that's a pet. Not a pet, but a friend. I've even known a couple people to have possums. And she kind of goes off on this like little list of like pets you could possibly have and like the relationship you can have with these animals. And she seems to fit into that conversation very well.
Amelia's eating it up. She's like learning. She thinks it's really cool.
Have you ever pet a cat?
No, I think the village cats usually just exist. Or run.
Or run?
They don't tend to like me.
Will you allow Ember to use a wild shape?
You can do what you would like. You are all just sort of walking through the streets of Ratius here.
If we're in a crowded area, she will not do it. But if we're in a side alley, are we in a side alley or nah?
You're out on the main streets. I will say there's a lot of people around here. So you could look and see if someone's paying particular attention to you, but it could be sort of a gray man situation where no one would even notice. It depends on what you decide to transform into.
She will not do it then yet, not if it's super crowded. Well, I hope one day you find a cat that likes you.
That would be fun.
And she takes note. And then continues on this conversation of all the other kinds of pets and animals that are really cool to hang out with.
And as you all continue talking about animal and rock companions, you suddenly hear a very loud, commanding voice. And someone yells, "Halt! You four. Stay where you are." And you see in front of you a small company of the same type of guards you saw come into the noble draft. And they are looking at the four of you, and they are making their way towards you.
Just a shocked look, like, and him pointing at himself. What?
Yes, you were at the draft earlier. Stay still, we have some questions.
No, we weren't.
Your way. It's an interesting tactic as they make their way. At this point, they've caught up to you, and they start to sort of fan out around you a bit. There's about 5 or 6 of them right now. I'd say 5 of them, and sort of a semicircle around you in case you try to make any sudden movements. Ember, go ahead.
As they're walking towards us, if you would allow, can I insight to see if, like, this is hostile in any way?
You can. It's a super low DV. They are wearing their expression on their face, but I would say go ahead and roll it.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell that they have been looking for you, and they found you because they think that you've done something bad.
Okay, hearing that or noticing that, I think Ember under her breath is going to, just to the four of us, run. And she's going to wild shape into a spider and bolt.
Okay, I have to ask, this is the first wild shape of the campaign. What does it look like as Ember turns into a spider?
I think you hear a little panic in her voice as somebody is trying, like, this is not good behavior. This is hostile. This is, we need to get out of here. And there's panic in that. And then you get that swirl of sunshine, that swirl of this patina green, and a few, like, green leaves that just where she was, and she's no longer there.
I imagine he looks back when Mal looks back when Ember says run, and he looks forward at the guards and then looks back again, does the double take, and she's gone.
And Kip has been told to book it as well.
What the hell? Hey! Seeing that, she'll just look at the guy that's been talking and she'll say, what the hell? Hey, stay. And she'll cast command. And she'll start booking it too.
Okay, command is a saving throw, isn't it? Is it a wisdom save or?
I don't know. I never play a spellcaster. What am I doing?
Here.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It's high. It's a 17 on the die.
My DC 16. Yeah.
Yeah. So as you look at this fully armed person and say, "Stop," he goes, "No, you stop. We commanded you." And he clocks at this point that one of you has disappeared, seemingly. And this dog has just taken off into the crowd. He goes, "One of them has disappeared. Someone get eyes on her." And you see more guards start to come out through the crowd.
How many guards are there?
At this point, I'd say about 7 or 8. There's 5 fanned down around you, and there's 3 closing in, and they're jogging at this point as best they can in their full armament. And they're decked out like to the nines.
Do we wanna? Maybe. Could we tell that Dasha was casting a spell? Was there some visual of that or not?
It was a very commanding, voice that she said stay in. And you see that she's just going to run. And whenever it looks like the guy says no, it slows her steps a few, where it does look like she was attempting some sort of potentially magical or overly persuasive maneuver there that did not go through.
All right, I think we'll hold it then, and we'll turn around and start booking it too.
And Emilia, I think I saw your hand raised, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. When the more guards and stuff show up and there's jogging, as you said, can I cast Mold Earth in front of one of them that potentially, if they were to trip, they would take down a few of their buddies because they're very clunky and clumsy?
Can. So mold earth makes it difficult terrain, if I'm not mistaken.
You can. I was thinking just like a little 5-foot cube juts up like 3 inches and it like trips their foot or like makes a hole or something. A difficult terrain will work. Whatever.
Yeah,
It's not a very big area.
But it's a bit of it's a hindrance to them. So I'm gonna have them roll a dex save and see if one of them catches their foot on it as they walk towards you. It's pretty low. So yeah, as there, a few more of these are coming out of the crowd towards you. You are able to make a few of the bricks of the cobblestones of the street sort of jut up in this sort of almost like tree root looking fashion as one of the guards catches his boot on it and tumbles forward a little bit. And at this, they see these as aggressive maneuvers, and they all draw their weapons. We're talking like very long swords, shields. Some of them have long like pole arms, and they call out, "Apprehend them!" And they give chase after you. And I think everyone's running except Emilia. I don't know if you're running yet.
Oh no, she cast it and she booked it.
Are you all running in the same general direction or so?
Following the dog.
If I see the dog, that's the direction.
Dog, spider, something. Yeah.
Okay. Ember, are you running along the ground? How is this working as a spider? And I will tell you, you're in a busy street.
Yes, so as a spider, I think she wild-shaped and poofed, landed on Kip, and she is on Kip.
Okay, so you have sort of spider cowgirl Kip, and you're riding on the back of this dog. And the others you're following after Kip, which you can keep a pretty good eye on in the crowd. Again, Kip's a larger dog. As you're running, these guards, they give chase. And you continue bobbing and weaving through the streets. If you would all roll me a dexterity saving throw for me as you try to navigate these busy streets. And I will say, Ember, you don't have to, but if you would roll one for Kip.
$15.
Kip.
4.
4 for Dasha.
Natural 1 for a 4 total.
Okay. 4. And that one for Malin. Emilia.
15.
15. Okay. Kip and Emilia, and by extension, Ember, you're able to successfully navigate this crowded street as you sort of bob and weave your way through people standing in line, standing at stalls, having conversations, sort of congregating. Dasha and Malin, you do get a bit tripped up. I won't say you necessarily fall down. Actually, Malin, with that natural one, you do trip and fall down, unfortunately. And you find yourself sort of face planting on these cobblestones. And as you look up, you just see ankles everywhere. Dasha, you get a bit tripped up. You fall a little bit behind the rest of the ones running in front of you, a bit closer to the guards. And Malin, you are prone, but you can definitely take your time to get up or act as you would like to as these guards continue to gain on you all.
I think he'll fall to the ground and he'll take out, what was it? I think it was the little leather, leather loop, and some air would start kind of swirling around his hand, but then he'd kind of look around at all the people. Maybe hiding in these people is better than being easily noticeable, so then he'll stop casting that. Can he see some of the guards as they're running up?
I would say you're running away from them and fell forward. So you would have to look behind you. If you look behind you, you could see, I mean, they are probably the only people wearing these large metal greaves and boots, stomping their way towards you.
I don't want to ask too many questions. How close is the nearest one?
Let's see. You all got a bit of a head start. I'd say at this point, maybe about 20 feet away from you.
Okay. He'll definitely get up and continue moving, but as he's doing that, he'll turn around and take a Eldritch Blast at the closest one, just to... sadly, it'll damage, but really the hope is just to push him away.
If you would, please roll to hit them.
16.
16 does not hit. As you shoot this blast off, it goes wide, I will say. And the difference between what you rolled and the AC, it doesn't even connect. It goes wide.
Okay, well, we get 2 of them. We'll try again.
Go for it.
No.
another askew shot of force energy flies out, but they can tell now you are hostile, and they will continue pursuing, and they're making their way towards you.
Oh, shit, fuck, shit, and then get up and just sprinting.
And as you're all continuing to book it, if you would, roll me a perception check. And this would not be passive perception. This would be your active roll.
Nine.
12.
And 12.
4.
4.
13.
13. Okay, the DV was pretty low. It was unfortunately higher than 4. I'll say, Malin, you're a bit tripped up. You've had a lot going on here. The other 3 of you, as you're making your way, running through this crowd, Ratius is, again, built in layers almost. It goes up this spire in a circle. So you can see, sort of layers of streets up to you. And there are bridges that cross over the roads you're on. As you're running, along the roofs of these shacks, along the walkways to the side, the bridges above you, you see other figures running as well. And it's almost like they just sort of mold out of the crowd. And you see these figures that are wearing full robes and masks. And all of it, the robe and the mask, is a deep, dark crimson red. And it's almost like they're running in step with all of you. And Emilia, you rolled the highest. You will see, as you're sort of running, sort of checking behind you, seeing the progress of the guards, you see a guard running towards you. You see, sort of a bit behind him, higher up, one of these robed crimson figures shoots off this green ball of energy at the guard. And as it connects, it hits him with such force that like his armor shatters a bit and his skin starts to melt, almost like there's this acid on him. And he falls to his knees as we're talking like Raiders of the Lost Ark face melting off of his body type of thing.
Oh.
As these crimson robed figures continue to sort of just appear out of the crowd around you.
Are all their masks the same? Were they all unique?
What you can tell with 13, they all look to be very uniform, very similar, like they're wearing the exact same thing. But you can't get a great look on some of the details yet.
Well, I certainly don't want to be hit by that. Good to know.
Probably not, no. And I'm assuming you all continue running. Is that correct? As you're making your way towards something. Ember, go ahead.
Do we notice that Dasha and Mal aren't keeping pace?
You'd be able to see, that Dasha's fallen a little bit behind. Mal is the furthest behind, but he is back up on his feet and running now.
Okay. Would you allow Ember to hop from Kip to the person who's in the back, which is Mal?
I would say Kip would have to slow down a little bit. I'm saying maybe you're like 10 feet apart at this point. I don't know if you can jump 10 feet in your form.
I can't jump 10 feet, but I can run 20. And I could be on objects.
Yeah, you can certainly try it. I would say, are you going to have Kip go back, or are you going to try to navigate through the streets? How do you want to do this?
I was thinking Kip keep running. She can keep that mental link with Kip for a very long while. And then try to get either on Dasha or on Mal, who is the furthest behind. Just so that way she could be support if needed.
I will say you can do that with the speed that you're all running, and it wouldn't take as much to run backwards. But being a spider in a very busy street, if you would, please roll me a dexterity saving throw as you try to avoid some of these feet stomping around.
Hey, that is a 17 plus 2 for a 19.
19, okay. You are a nimble arachnid as you navigate the cobblestones and find your way up onto Mal's clothing and sort of his gi.
I think she would just sit on his shoulder and really hope he doesn't notice.
Does he notice?
Let's see. A small insect on your shoulder. Are you trying to blend in then, Ember?
I think she would have tried to sit on the back of his shoulder so that way she could watch what's coming from behind him since he's in last.
Okay, let's do stealth check against a passive perception then.
That is a 12 plus 4. 16.
16 against, was it a 10 was your passive, I believe?
12. So
12.
beats it.
Okay. So you don't notice, it's a small insect on your back. You're just continuing to book it. And as you do book it, you receive another message from Merv, sorry. And he says, I've got you in my sights. Keep running forward. When I say so, you and whoever else you're with, if they're friendly, you have to jump. Trust me.
I think he'll just respond back. Copy? Sorry, did he say all of us or just Mal to jump?
He said you and whoever you're with, if they're friendly, need to jump.
And will yell out the same thing. Just whenever I yell, jump, please. Just please.
Ember will relay
You
that
all
to Kip
wouldn't
as
have
well.
trouble. You would be able to hear this. Yeah, okay. You would all be able to hear it. Ember, you would hear it. You could convey it to Kip. Okay. So you continue to run. Continue to make your way forward. As you're running, you start to see that the street, it normally curves around, in the shape of the city. Again, it's a round spire type of shape. You see that the street you're on starts to sort of jut out slightly away from the curve. And you're familiar with the setup of Ratius. There are these platforms every so often at different levels or different types of air vehicles to dock at. These zeppelins and blimps and things that people enter and leave the city. And it's like you're coming up to a platform meant for that. And now you can at least deduce that that's what you're running towards. That would be the most obvious place to jump, so to speak. And as you continue running, if you would all roll me another perception check, because at this point there are more of these robed figures coming out of the crowd, and they're getting a lot closer to you.
5.
Do I need to roll for Kip and Ember?
I would say you can, yeah. You can roll for both, at least yourself.
Kip got a 12.
16.
16. Emilia, how'd we do?
3.
3. Okay. Emilia, you wouldn't notice any new information. You did see the last one. You saw the guard meet his demise as well. The DV was pretty low. It was a 5. Everyone else will see these figures start to get closer and closer to you. You can make out a few more details on them. Their robes are all-encompassing. It covers their entire body. You don't see any sort of emblems or symbols or anything on them. They're also wearing leather gloves that match the same color. Again, this deep, almost blood red crimson. And these masks that they have on, they look to be made of something like maybe porcelain. And it's in the shape of a face, but the only features on the face are sunken in eye sockets. So it looks like eyes that don't have irises, they don't have pupils, just these sunken in carvings of eyes on these smooth red porcelain masks. And I'll say everyone sees this. The only feature that you see on the mask other than the eyes are on the insides, these etchings of tears. Like these masks are crying. But there's no other facial expression. There's no mouth, there's no nose. And Emilia, you narrowly avoid one of these green balls of energy coming at you as well. You duck right out of the way as that attack did not land. It unfortunately landed with the person you just ran by.
That's scary.
And this woman who seemed to be in a conversation with some friends suddenly just gets hit with this energy, and you see a very similar response where she just begins to melt, for lack of a better word. And conscious enough to let out this scream of anguish from the pain as you continue to run. You see no emotion on the mask, though. It's just a blank, crying face. You all continue to run. Ember, go ahead.
You said we all see the masks?
All of you except Emilia, you didn't get all the details. You saw them initially, and you saw the attack before. The second roll, you're dodging slime balls.
With seeing the masks, and Ember's kind of like just, flopping on the back. It's just kind of like holding on for dear life. Is there anything religious about the masks? Because typically, I think she would think cults are like religious, and this might be a cult.
I'm actually so glad you asked that, because when you see these masks, there's something familiar about it. And if you would please roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Hey.
All right, that is a 4 on the die, plus 8 for a 12.
Okay. So as you see these masks and you sort of try to focus in, like, what is this? Who are these people? You feel a bit of a lurch. Kind of how you feel when you're up on a tall height and you feel a bit less sure on your feet. But you focus in, you pull it back, you maintain your composure. And I will say, if you would like to try to observe them, you are running, you're in the middle of this crowded street. You can roll what kind of check you would like to, but I would say it's a disadvantage if it involves, trying to ascertain details. If you're looking for some sort of religious nature, I would say religion. If you're just trying to get more detail, investigation or perception.
I will go with religion. But I think, Mal, you might start to feel something pinching on your back as she completely tightens in, and she is sending a message to Kip. Run. Go as fast as you can go. Push it. We gotta go. And that is a 15 on the dice plus 11 for a 26 for religion.
Okay, that's a very high roll. I'll give you 2 pieces on that. One, you are pretty certain, being of a, religious persuasion, or at least knowledgeable yourself. Uniform presentation is a big thing. Whenever you see people who are dressing plainly, very uniformly, it's very likely they're part of some sort of group like that. So yeah, you get a strong sense that maybe cult is not the right word. It's difficult to ascertain. This is definitely some sort of uniform order working together. And I would say the second part of it is you're not sure where. You're a little sure where. I'll probably message you afterwards. These are very familiar in a very uncomfortable way. From a time that you would rather forget.
Then I think she is screaming, Kip, we gotta go. We can't go back. Kip, we gotta go. Go, 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 go. And I think that's all she is screaming at Kip.
Okay. As you're screaming that, Kip you get a sense of understanding. He's just going, yes, Mom. Yes, I'm booking it. And he's booking it. As you all continue to run, Mal, you get one more message. One more sending in your head. You hear the familiar voice of your father again. That's it. I've got eyes on you towards the platform. Trust me. Just jump. And if you would all roll me one more. I'm sorry, I didn't give you a chance to respond. Go for it.
No, it's okay. I don't think he'd respond to that one. He'd pretty much just repeat what he was told. Just kind of, if Dasha and Emilia, I don't know if he really knows where Ember is right now, but just kind of say out loud the same thing. Go to the platform and then jump.
Okay. And you all continue to do you follow Mal's advice? Okay. You're all booking it through these streets. You have these very strange road figures in hot pursuit. Dasha, let's see. It looks almost like a stream of this cold energy goes right over your shoulder, as you've also narrowly avoided another magical attack from these people who are clearly out to do you a lot of harm. As that attack missed as well.
She's just running. What a day. Malin, when I'm so ready to jump. My legs are getting cramps.
I just run a little faster to the platform and we'll jump and it'll be a good time and the day will be over.
Run faster. I used to be taller. This sucks.
Okay.
You're doing great.
Okay, and you all continue to book it towards this platform here. And if you would, I will say as you run up to it, what you've been told is by Mal, who has said, jump. And Ember, you've told Kip to keep booking it. You can hear Mal yelling this. You see nothing but this platform and the wide open sky out in front of it. And as you come up to it, do you jump?
Yep.
Okay. And if you would all roll me, Ember, I will say you don't have to because you're hitching a ride right now. But if you roll for Kip, if you would all roll me either an acrobatics or an athletics, your choice. Just a skill check on that.
And if this fails, I would like to say Ember has something in her back pocket if Kip doesn't make it. Because Kip is neither Dexy nor strengthy.
Okay.
24.
24, okay.
Uh, 19.
19.
17.
17, Emilia. Ember, I saw you laughing. What's the damage?
Natural 20!
Natural 20. Oh my goodness. Okay, these are some great rolls all around. So as you all run to this platform, it is like a slow-mo intense scene as you all take off and make this great leap off the edge of this platform. And you all get some good air off of this. You're all very skilled at what you do, and including Kip. He gets a lot of springboard here. And as you look down, as you're jumping through the air, you see a small skiff-looking airship with a large single sail and a pretty large deck below start to rise up below you. And based on how well you all jumped, you do land pretty safely on the deck of this small airship that catches you. You see at the helm, the ship's wheels, so to speak, is this familiar looking older gentleman. Now you know very well of Merv. As you've all made it onto this platform, and you look back and you can see these robed figures sort of get to the edge of where you jumped off, and they stop. And they all stand sort of dotting throughout the crowd, looking at you as this ship continues to rise into the sky. And now that you have sort of this bird's eye view of them, you can see that there were tons of them dotted throughout the crowd. Easily 20, 30, up to 40 of them dotted all throughout the streets, hundreds of feet back. As you all rise up on this airship and you start to make your way out of the airspace of Radius. And now Merv turns around and says, Mal, are you okay? Are you hurt? Is everyone okay? And he looks around to everyone just to check in. Ember, he doesn't see you.
Yeah, good. Just a little confused why they wanted us. I kind of assume why they wanted us, but they were being really aggressive, and I think they killed people, just like collateral damage to get to us.
Wait, why would they want you, though? You mean the guards or those robed people?
Oh, the guards. I don't know what the road people want.
I mean, the guards I tried to shake. I ended up just running from them. I think they probably wanted us in questioning with everything that happened at the draft. I don't know the other folks.
You didn't interact with the robes when you were getting away from them too? From the guards?
I haven't seen them until just now.
Is anyone else familiar? And he'll just turn around and kind of look. Where's Ember?
I thought she turned into a leaf or something.
Well, yeah, I don't see said leaf around.
I thought you had the leaf. I don't. Does it look like I have a leaf? I don't have a leaf. Oh, Kip,
I'm
do
gonna
you have
check
the leaf?
Kip for this leaf.
Okay, give me I was going to say, give me an investigation check. Yeah, so you start to look over Kip for a leaf. Or anything outside of the ordinary, I guess. Whatever you're looking for.
22.
22. So you get a good look at it. Ember, let me ask, does Kip wear anything other than a collar? Does Kip even wear a collar?
Kip does not wear a collar. Kip does have, like, I like to think he has, like, this little armor, like, cuirass around him.
Like a little cuirass thing? Okay.
Yeah, I think it has a little cuirass on him that has, like, little pockets and things like that he can carry things if he needs them. But he doesn't have, like, an identifier. He doesn't have a collar. But he does have a little cuirass.
Cute.
And after a good hard look, you also see he doesn't have a leaf.
I'll like crouch down in front of him and I'll be like, where'd she go, boy? Where'd you drop her?
He barks and looks up in Malin's direction. And he walks over to Malin and starts sniffing around his feet.
I said I don't have a leaf. I didn't pick up a leaf.
Did you step on the leaf?
Oh, God.
Oh, take off your boots. Take off your boots.
Oh, and he's checking the bottom of his shoes. I'm so
and
sorry.
Merv's like,
I'm so sorry.
Leaf? You turned into a leaf? Who is this?
I think at that point, Ember will just unleash wild shape. And you just hear this, like, tiny little, like, from behind Mal as she jumps off of Mal and she is right behind you. And she is panicking. Don't go near the red. Don't go near the red robes. Stay. I don't know why they're here. I don't know why they're here. I don't know. I didn't think there were going to be any more left. I thought we took care of it.
Oh, we thought you were a leaf. Oh,
Yeah, I thought I stepped on you.
No. I have been stepped on, but not this time. So you're fine.
Okay. The ropes, stay away?
Not friends.
Stay as far away as you can.
Oh, who are they?
Do I even know that answer?
Let's do this. It's a high DV. But roll me a history check if you would.
Oof, my history's pretty low. I got an 8, 9.
An 8. The feeling you got when you saw them, the familiarity was, it wasn't like an, oh yeah, that was the time and place. It was just sort of this innate fear, this innate aversion to them. Like at some point, you associate terrible pain with that color.
Terrible misfortunes. Just... That's all I know.
Well, that tracks with what we've seen so far. So...
that was a great chase. Overall, I'd probably give it the 6 out of 10. I wish I were a little bit faster, but the jumping at the end, it paid off. This is cool. I like it.
It was fun, minus the red guy.
Yeah, it was a good chase. Yeah, aside from the people becoming puddles and yeah.
How many people died because of them?
One. I think that's because Mal only saw the one. I don't think he saw the guard.
We've now only saw the one. Emilia saw the guard. And Merv will say, look, I mean, you all did great. I can see a lot from up here, but it was a hell of a jump. I mean, if you're looking for work later, then I don't know, maybe we can team up. But I mean, more importantly, and now he looks at you and his face gets a bit more grave. And he says, Do you have the stone?
We do, yeah.
Who's got it?
She does. And he points to... Oh, wait. Dasha has it, right?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yes. Yeah. I just want to be sure.
Okay. And he eyes Dasha. He goes, okay. Good. So, now that everyone's okay, Ember, go ahead. Before he finishes his thought.
Before he finishes his thought, she's going to look at Malin. No, I took it. It's with me.
She does. And let's move his finger from Dasha to Ember.
Okay. So, but it's on board. We've got it. It's not in the city.
Yeah, we have it.
Okay. And he sort of looks a bit distant, but you see a bit of Mal, probably only you could pick up on this. If you would roll an insight for me.
Please. 15.
Okay. Fairly familiar with your father at this point. You've worked together a while, raised, You see a bit of a sense of relief wash over him, but also a bit of, he seems more hopeful than usual. Like this is more than just cool find or a great treasure. Like this could really be something special. It could be the change that he's looking for.
I don't think he say anything about it. He just kind of keep his eyes on him as he's noticing that. And I feel like it's been a while since he's seen, since he's seen a look like this. Maybe this is the first time, even. And yeah, I think he just kind of stands there, just kind of taking it all in, like, oh, we just got a break for something good. All right. And he's just kind of living in that for a second.
Yeah, and really that's exactly it. This is something you really haven't seen before. You two get into these jobs sort of day in, day out. You just follow the orders. But this one seems like it's almost like catching a big break. Like this could change things. And as that feeling sort of leaves his face, he'll turn back to everyone and say, okay, so where are we heading? And it shouldn't be Ratius for a little while things cool down a bit.
I think it's wherever Ember needed to go.
I think we wanted to make it to Noiris. Is that how you say it?
Retris.
That one.
Okay, can you, I think I know the place. He's pointing me in the direction.
Ember will then, if Mal does not know where it is, point.
Okay. And Merv will turn back to the wheel and say, everyone, hold on to something. I haven't done this in a while. And it's this big ship's wheel looking thing. It'll sort of swinging around as the bow of the ship starts to turn in that direction. As you start heading off, you can see the spire of Ratius start to go back and back into the horizon as you head off over the forest below you. And that is where we'll end this evening. Pick up next time on the airship. Thank you all. You're amazing.
No, you.
Thanks for watching Session 2 of Ascension. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you're notified when the next session comes out. Be sure to check out our players' social media accounts as well, linked in the description. They're great folks and deserve your support. Until next time.